Hi everybody, welcome back. Excuse me. Welcome back to my design team tutorial using Farmhouse Market from Carta Bella. And as you can see, my desk is a mess and I've made some progress, partly because I forgot to hit record when I was doing some stuff. So let me real quick go over what we've done. By the way, this is from, all this stuff's from Country Craft Creations. I've got the collection, the baby blue Artisan Card Stock, seam binding. You can get everything there. Sorry, it's early in the morning. I have a scratchy throat. Oh, okay, so let me show you what I've done. I made the cover according to the dimensions in the cutting guide using my video on how to make covers. By now you should have done that. We mentioned it a couple times in the course of events. And I used this paper for the base, and it was a little narrow, and I had a scrap of this pink, so I just put that there, and I put a piece of this pink seam binding underneath it, and then on the back I used the baskets and the same pink seam binding. And while I was working, I put down a piece of paper on top of this piece of paper, which had a long saying across it, and it sort of divided it and made it say this, which I thought seemed extremely apropos given when I'm filming this. So I went ahead and decided to go with it. I really liked it. And how I did this is I took, the piece was about this big that I had, and I put it on a piece of the blue cardstock. And then I just trimmed around it in this little cloud shape. I started down at the bottom, I think, just to kind of give it a little more interest than just straight across, which you could do. You could do straight across. Although here, if you want it to say this, you do have to do this business. And it didn't look nice with the sharp edges. So I just used, I used this to get that curve. I used a paper towel holder to get this little curve. I just used my scissors and freehanded the little ones. So that's how I made that. And then down here at the bottom and on this side, I just put a little thin strip from a scrap of chipboard. So it's just here and here, and that's glued. So that's how I did that. And then I would most likely decorate this with flowers, but I don't have any because, well, I do, but I don't know where they are. As I said, my craft room's about 3/4 packed up and I don't have access to a lot of stuff. But I do have these puffy stickers, and I particularly like this one. And it was right about the time I was going to put this down that I realized I hadn't recorded any of that, but I was thinking of tucking this in here, just like that. I just think that looks nice. So I'm going to do that with a little glue. I wish there was another flower because I'd like to put it up there. I may go dig through and see if I can find. I think I'm going to do that like that. See if I can find something that I could tuck there. We have, maybe I can make something because we have these. And let's see what we have here. Oh, here's a lot of flowers. I wonder if there's a bigger one. I want something a little bigger, I think. Oh, look, there's that one. That's basically the same one, only bigger. Let's grab that. Okay. And then I need a scrap. My blue would fit, yep. Just because I want to give it a little more heft and dimension than just putting a sticker down. Okay, now I'm going to fussy cut around it. I will spare you that and edit it out. Okay, here I am. I probably should have put a little glue on this sticker before I put it on here. So let's see, we could put this here and add a little more height. I kind of wanted something over here, so like that idea, but we have to be careful. We don't want to make it impossible to open the book. So it shouldn't overhang the spine. Okay, I think that would look nice. It's a little bit dimensional, but not too dimensional that it's going to be a problem. All right, so I've got my little scrap here. I feel like it's going to need one there. Now we could lift it up one more level and let's play with that. All right, so if we put two thicknesses there and one thickness there, that's pretty. All right, I think I think that would be good. All right. So I'm going to put one right there. And one right there. And the reason I'm putting two here and one here is there's already one under here, giving this a little height. So the two there and one here will level that out. Like that. We're going to do that. Just double checking how I might want to go that way. I don't think so. I think I liked it the way I originally had it, which was kind of like that. Just want to turn it a little bit, just because if I put it the way I had it just there, that would be exactly the same as that. I don't want that. Bring it down a little bit. There we go. Good. All right. Now, I just realized I never turned my lights on. My goodness. Okay, there. That's better. Hopefully you can see better now. All right. Let me show you what else we've done and what else I have that I want to do. Now, I'm not going to mat a lot of my inserts. You should. The only reason I'm not is I have a second project that I want to do, and I don't have a lot of paper left, so I'm saving for that. Okay, so here's my hinge. There's a video on how to do your hinge. It's in the construction basics. I'll link it, so go ahead and do that if you haven't already. And I use the wood grain for the inside, front, and back covers. All right. So what I've got here, I didn't want to cut any more of my cardstock than I already had. So I used pieces that I had to cut inserts of appropriate sizes. So let me show you what I've done. And then we're going to do probably a tag and then another little section I want to do. All right, so here, this was fully matted before, so you've seen that. This is fully matted, and what I did here is I cut a piece 4 by 5. These are fully matted, and then this piece is going to go in here and cover that. So you can go ahead and mat that. I'm going to do my other project before I see what I have left to mat any of these things. You can also make side pocket inserts, which I'm not going to do at this point because, again, I don't want to use any more of the cardstock until I can get some more. We're all in kind of conserve mode right now. So here I just cut 3 plain little mats, one for the back pocket, one for the front triangle, or this triangle, and one for this triangle. And again, all those are using my scraps. All right, so I'm not sure. I don't think this mat was down before, so that's what I put there. And I put the pink here. I think that was already there. And then here, I just cut another good size square to be a photo mat in there. And then here, we're gonna do something here. So then here, I have made an insert for this pocket. And then this, I believe, was all matted before, but I'm not sure. So I've matted all that. And then here, I have a square mat in this front triangle. And then this is not a pocket, it's a flap, but I made a full square mat to go there. That's held in place by the magnet. But we need to put some decoration here because my magnet's on the outside. If yours is not, you don't have to worry about it. All right, and then here, again, just a couple of things, and we'll do some decoration here. And I made something to go in this envelope. So that is that. And then here we did the same thing, just a larger piece for in there. And then this is how I matted that. I'm not sure if you'd seen that before. And then here, again, the same thing, 4x5, and then those. And we have decoration to go there. Here, a couple of pieces to go in here and hold this. A piece to go under the belly band, and this we'd already done, and this we'd already done. So that is all of that. So let's go ahead and go back to the front. Just remind myself. Okay, so this, everything here is done as much as it needs to be, except for if we're going to make a tag. And any, you know, if we decide to add any stickers or decoration or whatever. But this page I wanted to do, the reason I have these two pages here like this is I called them layout pages in the cutting guide, and they are so that you could put, like I'm going to use a cut apart because I don't have photos specifically that I'm using for this book. But pull out all your small scraps and maybe a trimmer. I have no room on this desk. Let me move some of these things. Thanks. Okay. All right, so pull out your small scraps, your washi tape if you've got it, your little dots and stickers, the things that I just moved out of the way that I'm going to actually need. And a photo if you want, a photo mat. And then just play with it and make a little layout out of it. So I'm grabbing some of my blue scraps. I'm thinking maybe to see if I want to mat that. That'd be nice. This should be 3x4, right? Yep. So I'm going to do 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. And again, I'm using cut aparts, but you could do this with a photo if you know what photos you're going to be putting in this book. Oops, it's my trash day, so sorry if you're hearing trucks go by. All right, so I'm going to put that about there. And then I'm just going to play with some scraps. I have this one. It's a little big. I can cut down the length. I could even tear it. I think I'll just cut it. I'm not measuring it. Just eyeballing kind of about where I want to cut it. Yeah, like that. Okay. This is very similar to what we do when we do tags. And let's see. I have this check. That might be pretty. Just like that. And then this piece, which is the bottom of the sheet. The only thing is it's got that same pink check, and I'm not sure I want that. Let's see what else I've got. First, we're going to use some of these. Maybe one of these. I don't think I want another saying because I've already got a saying. Let's see, we have more flowers, or we have this pink. Okay, hang on. All right, so we're thinking of that and that, and maybe that. Like that. And then of course we have our washi tape too, which we can use, and that would go on top. Kind of like that. I feel like I maybe need something else. What have I got? I've got this charcoal. That might give this side just a little weight. It'll go underneath. I'm showing it on top, but it'll go underneath. Okay, like that. So I'm thinking something like that. All right. So let's do that. All right. That just about there. And then we're going to do the blue. All right. Just checking where I want it. All right, so I want the blue right about on top of that flower there. Okay, and then we're going to put this here. Let's put it up a little bit. Okay, that's going to go like that. Okay, yep. And then the black or the charcoal color is going to go on top. This is pretty much exactly the way I do my tags. It's just a case of just playing with whatever scraps you've got around. There. Okay. And this is going to go on top like that, right about there. And let's see, and then we're going to use some washi tape. Now, do we want to soften these with a sticker or something like that. I think a puffy sticker needs to be on top if we're going to do that. But we might put a regular sticker, a flat one. Maybe I'm thinking to soften this here, one of those bouquets. Maybe one of these little blue ones, just like right there. So not a lot, just a little bit peeking out there. That's good. And all right, I'm going to put this down because I know I don't want anything else under it. I'm trying not to put too much on. I don't want to overdo it, and I also don't want. Now you can make this a tuck spot if you want, by the way, but I'm not. Just in case you want to add photos later. You don't want to put too much on top of it because you could add a photo right on top of this. If you're doing it like I am with a cut apart, and then you decide later on you want an actual photo there. Okay, so I've got a lot of layers. Now, where's my washi tape? Washi tape, I think, looks best if you tear it, although you can cut it. They make little trimmers that make flag ends for it. That looks pretty. And then we'll put another piece up there. And you can put glue under your washi tape, which is probably a good idea. I may go back and do that after. And let's see. I feel like we kind of need something there, maybe. I don't really want to put anything there. I kind of like the weight of this down here. Maybe a floral. Maybe a floral on the same way we did the cover on the on a piece of chipboard. That might be good. Where was that one? I would do this, except for it doesn't balance that very well. It looks cute though. Looks really cute. We'll save that idea for elsewhere. Yeah, I think we'll do that, but we're going to put it on a piece of our blue. And this time I'll put some glue on it. And again, I'm working with a cut apart, but you could be working with an actual photo. Or, like I said, you could put a photo on top. Okay, all right, so cut that out. And if you have access to your flowers, your regular paper flowers that we use, that would be great too. Yeah, I'm just gonna tuck that right there. And I'm putting the glue here because that's the only part of it that's going to be stuck down. The rest of it's kind of hanging off. Gives it a little height, little dimension. That's good. And where's our dots? Let's use some dots. I love the blue ones. Dab of glue right there because I don't know how sticky these are. Usually I use tweezers to put these down. I don't know why I'm not right now. And let's use a green one. You could actually use the tips of your little scissors too to help with these. Maybe. Usually I do, but they don't seem to want to do it this time. Here we go. Alright. That looks good. And I feel like I want to balance those, maybe with a couple over here. You want to use odd numbers, so I've got 3 there, so I'll put 2 here. That'll give me 5. What color do I want to use? Maybe a mossy green. Good. Okay. I like that. Okay. And if you remember, we have the exact same situation back here. So go ahead and do the same back here with, you know, whatever you want to do, but same idea. Just use your scraps and put together a layout page. Okay. Now we need, is it this one? Yeah. Okay. So we need to cover this. And what I'm thinking, I was going through here, and there's some long stickers back here, like wide washi type stuff. And I was thinking of this one, just to go straight across like that. Right? Right there. Okay. It'll look good and it'll cover up that stupid magnet. You won't have to do this because you will have put your magnet underneath. Unlike me. Because I don't want to put like a lot of dimensional stuff to hide that magnet, which would look good, but it might make it not stick anymore to the other magnet. All right, so that takes care of that little disaster. Just there. Back. Okay. There's that. I kind of feel like I want something there. I just don't want to stick something there though for the sake of sticking it there, you know. I'm gonna leave it because I feel like when you're putting in pictures, you might have a little photo or something you want to put there. I hate embellishing just for the sake of embellishing. I feel like it needs a purpose, but this definitely needs something. I wonder, I don't think any of the 3x4s for this collection. And I don't have too many left because I actually cut up the sheets they were on. But I don't think there were any horizontal ones. I think they were all vertical. All right. So let's go back to our sheet because I know there were quite a few things that went horizontal here. There's a frame. That's pretty. Could even put it in a corner with a saying or some washi tape. I like that idea. And I'm going to once again put this on a scrap if I have a big enough one. My scraps are getting fewer. Oh, I've got some here. Nice big one. All right. All right, so let's all right. So I'm going to use some glue to make sure it stays stuck. Could put this down as a tuck spot or just as a frame. I think I'm just going to put it down as a frame. I don't think we need the tuck spot. We have tons of pockets and things in this book. And then, let's see, what else do we have? We have that. That might look good. That. Just to give it a little weight at the bottom. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so let's put this down. Right about there. And maybe put this as well. Let's see. I don't know how this will look on top of that. Oh, not bad. All right, so let's just add a little of that. Doesn't show too much, but it does add a little bit of color right there. Yeah, that looks nice. Looks good. That's good. And then you're going to do another layout here, just like that. Well, not just like that, but same idea. All right, so that's that one. And then let's look at the last one, because I know there's something we have to do here. And it's these. All right, so the reason I did these in this color is because I want to put one each of these tags centered on each of those. And I'm deciding which two I want to use. I feel like this one and this one. All right, so let me cut those. Okay, I left them a little big so I could see. That's pretty good. I left a little bit of the green all the way around for a border. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. And okay, I'm going to eyeball this first one. Centered. And straight. Looks good. And then I think I can eyeball the second one. Famous last words, right? But you want them even with each other. That looks pretty good. So, because they're not going anywhere. Okay. They have washi tape on them. I'm tempted to put more, but it's not the right scale. Okay, and then this is going to go in here. This will be matted, of course, eventually. The reason, like I said, I'm doing another project, and I just want to see what I have left before I mat some of these. Although maybe I'll just go ahead and do it. I don't know. Haven't decided. Okay, so we could put something on here. Kind of like this for there. Let's see. This one that just says memories is kind of nice. I think I'm just going to put that right as is. Right there. Yikes, not straight. Can I get it up? Yes. There we go. That's better. Okay, I'll put that there. Crazy. Okay. Thinking this one just like there. We don't want it in the middle, do we? Actually, I think we do want it in the middle. I like that. All right. Sure that's the middle. Okay. There's that. All right. That's good. That's the last one. Okay. Now. Okay. I think we have reached a frightening point where we have to put these very, very bulky pages into our book, which may be a little bit of a challenge. We shall see. Oh, okay, before the next video, I've got to clean up this desk. Okay. here we go. This is the middle page. This is the front page. This is the back page. Okay. And I usually start with the back page. Alright. So, first thing first is to do a test fit. You're going to have to be extremely careful. There's a lot going on here. You want to make sure you get the actual opening that goes on the spine and not some other fold. Fits good. Okay. So then we just lift this up. Hang on. I just realized you probably can't see. Okay, so I've put it on. I've lifted it up a little bit. And I need, hang on. I need a tool that is buried somewhere on this desk. Here it is. Right. Okay. All right, so I've lifted this page out of the way. And we're going to slide this down. It's up a little bit from the base, maybe 1/16 of an inch. Not too much. If you put it down too tight to the base, you won't be able to turn your pages. Okay. Then we are going to attempt to get in there and get that out. And smush that down really well. One page. Whew. Now, the middle one is this one. I love this. I'm going to have to go ahead and do the other one. You'll see it in the walkthrough. All right, now, let's make sure we have the correct opening, which is that. Fits good. Squeeze that as well as you can because there's so much bulk. Thanks. Come on. Here we go. Oh, nope. Got it. Here we go. Two in, one to go. So we still have to decide what we're going to do with these covers, the inside, front, and back cover. I may not have enough paper left for another project. I have to order some more. I only had one of each sheet, so, and I used a lot to make this. Okay. All right, hang on. Okay, let's get this out of the way. I have actually put a page in on a fold instead of the actual spot where it was supposed to go. That's why I'm reminding you a couple of times to be cautious about that. It's easy when you've got this many going on to get the wrong, whoops, spot. like that page is not down as much as I would like it to be. I can't really go down anymore though. It won't turn. So I'm going to leave it as is and we'll see how it looks. If I have to take it off, I can. Looks straight. Okay, we're good. Here we go. Look at that, nice and chunky. Okay. Let's see how it looks with the tie. Looks fine. Okay. Definitely longer than it needs to be. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to do something for the spine, and we need to do something on these inside covers, front and back. And we need to do the other one of these, maybe some mats. I feel like I'm going to concentrate on doing this. Like I said, I was saving some paper because I wanted to do another project, but I just don't think I'm going to have enough. So I'm going to save that other project for a different collection, which is fine. I have plenty. And then I need to, as you can see, this here needs something because these two pieces weren't quite wide enough. And I was thinking I might just do some of the washi there. It's just probably exactly what I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to take a break. I'll be back in a few minutes for you, a few seconds for you. And we will have something for these inside, front, and back covers. Most likely it'll just be a decoration. I don't plan on doing like pockets or waterfalls or anything. I really don't have enough paper for that. And we also need to make at least one tag. And we'll see where we get from there. Okay, I will be back in just a little bit. Okay, I'm back, and I realized I started to do something without recording. So, what I want you to do is set aside your bigger pieces of scraps, whatever big ones you have left, to do some of the bigger mats, which I've already done, and I'll show you in a minute. And now I'm working with some of my little scraps to make a tag. And my tag is, and you can make it whatever size you want, just based on whatever scraps you have. Mine is 5.5 by 4. Okay, and all right, so let me pull off. So I'm going to use this cut apart kind of as the feature item. And then this little gray piece, you haven't seen me use it yet. It's a piece that I had, just hadn't used, but I did use it on some of the mats, so you'll see it. All right, so then I've just got some smaller scraps that I'm going to cover my base with. So I'm going to start with that. And this is more to show you technique because you may not have the same scraps that I have, but you've seen me do this before if you've watched me make tags. This is how I like to make most of the time. These fancy tags and plain tags, of course, just mat them and cut them. And this paper, I'll show you in a minute, but this is the paper that I used to mat the mats that go in the fussy cut pockets because it matches the pages that it faces. I just thought it looked nice. And these are scraps I have left from it. So you should probably have a pretty big piece of that left to make those two mats. I'll show you when we get to that point. I may end up trimming a little bit off my tag because that's what I usually do, is I usually make the whole thing and then I go back and trim a little bit. I'm gonna put that one right about there. I was trying to decide if I wanted to tear it. I don't think I do. So what I was saying is don't worry if things hang over a little or don't quite make the edge, because we'll most likely be going back and trimming it anyway. Okay, and then this one is going on the bottom. I think I'm just going to ink a little bit because I did tear the edge. Probably should have inked that one too, but I didn't remember. But I think that one's going to be covered, if I remember rightly. Okay. All right, so then that's going to go there. Okay. All right, so there's sort of our base. Then I have our little chair. Uh-oh, Jolly's coming to help. And I have this cut apart. Should maybe move the chair over. And what I'm doing, this is how it looks. I'm just tearing out the decorative corner to use. Kind of like that. And we will ink that. And I'm not, I'm just using what's left on my ink pad. This happens to be black soot, which looks nice with that gray, but you could certainly use any of your brown shades or pink, whatever you like. All right, yeah, that looks kind of like that. We want that down lower. Okay, so then, before we go too much further, let's see, what do we have for puffies? That chandelier is awfully cute. Might want to use that. Gonna go on top. We have washi tape, which we'll certainly be using. And we might choose one of the phrases from the sticker book. So I think the next thing to go down is going to be this chair. All right, so let's do that. About there. Where I want it. Before I firmly adhere it. Yep. Okay. And that. And I don't think anything's going to go under that. Oh yes, something is going to go under that. The washi tape. Just going to do a little washi right there. And there. How's that look? Well, can't even see that piece, so that's wasted. Let's try instead, let's pull this up. Put it there instead. Let's pull this up since it's not at all visible. Maybe do that. How does that look? That's too much, with too much stuff in the corners. How about if we did it that way? And then that way, trim off whatever's extra. Still a lot of corner stuff happening, but that's all right. I'm okay with that. chandelier. It's a little white though. I wonder if we could tone it down. Hang on. I haven't worked with puffy stickers before, so I have no idea if you can ink them or not. Can it? Will they take ink? Will the ink stay? I have a feeling the ink is just going to float on top and then brush right off in time. Definitely looks better after you ink it, but I don't know if the ink is going to stay. Yeah, I think it brushes right off, but I'm not sure. Oh well, we'll give it a go. Alright, let's see, I'm just going to put that right near the top. Right. And then I feel like we need like a saying or something down there. Another puffy sticker? I don't think so. Oh, you know, we had that one that I really liked that I didn't use on the other one, that little, instead of a saying, that little window box. That's pretty. I think I'll use that. There's that. And then this is very straight. I wonder if I was going to add something even more straight. Maybe just a little bit of washi tape to break that up. Yeah. Okay. And I have this, which I love. I feel like I might just put right across the bottom, and then just these flowers would be peeking up. Or do we use it over here? Well, definitely. I really like it on the bottom. I think I'm going to use it across the bottom. All right, so first what I'm going to do is trim anything extra off this washi tape. Got it. Okay. So I want to put, and I know I probably should have put this sticker up a little higher, but actually I kind of like the way the flowers look. And I think I'm going to do it this way, you know, so it doesn't quite go all the way. I'll just have the two butterflies. So let me just cut this. All right, and I think we want Fabri-Tac for that, right? Probably should iron this first, but it's all right. All right, so let's see, how far over? I think I want it about there. Okay. Pull it back a little. Right. Do a little more here. Boy, there's a lot going on there, but I like it. Okay. And I think I'm just going to leave that there. And then we want to, I think, trim the corners a little bit and add a grommet. Just eyeballing that one. And then take and put it on this side and use it as a guide to cut the other one. Just like that. Okay. Cute. All right. Eyeballing that. There's that. I want the gold one. Got the gold one. Let's see, we have this, and we have that. I have this check which I haven't used, but I don't think it's going to go. Let's use, I don't know how these are going to go through that grommet. This butterfly is pretty wide, but we shall see. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm pushing my luck there. I'm afraid I'm going to tear it. Let's try it with just the butterflies, see how that goes. All right. Got that in. be a little long. I'm just wondering if I think there's too much bulk here to tie another one around it. Just so you can see what I'm playing with here. Yeah, it would just be sitting there. No, too much bulk. Okay, I think we're just gonna leave that as is. Show off those butterflies, that's really cute. All right, now let me show you what we've got. I think we are pretty well done. Where's my pin? I just buried it in this pile of stuff somewhere. I have a little dish just off camera to put my pin in so I don't lose it, but of course I didn't use it. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, wrong book. Start to pull a different project over. Okay, now I've set aside a piece of the brown for the spine, which we have to do. I need something for here, which I think is actually going to be this tag. My goodness, it's going to look silly with all that hanging out the top. Maybe. We'll see. But I think it's going to be that tag. All right, so what I did, this is one of the cut aparts, and this is just a matted, just real blank photo mat. Oh, you know what? I don't have anything for this belly band. Okay, so we may have to come back. There's nothing in these pockets, but I have a couple of cut aparts that we could use. Let's just do that. I left the border at the bottom of these. That one there. This is the page that we did together. Here's the mat I was talking about that I did with the text. This one I have got just a little mat with the gray. And I don't have anything in this pocket. So actually, since that's not really a pocket, we can just tuck that in there. Okay. And this has an insert that needs something. We did that together. That's a mat, photo mat. And then I did this one off camera, but similar to how we did this one. Here's a mat with the text. And there's nothing needed there. This is just a little cut apart. Just a cut apart here. Here's another mat done in the gray. And then I have this cut apart that I'm just going to put here. And I think I'll just glue the 3 sides to make a little tuck pocket there. So, I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I might as well just do this little guy while I have it out. I can find the glue. Here it is. Since I know I'm going to do that. there's that. And I think what I'm going to do is go through and see what I can do about something for here, something for in here, and something for inside our little envelope. I've got something in there, I just need to mat it. I don't really have to, I guess the blue looks fine. But we definitely want something for here. And there were a couple of other little spots that didn't have something. So I am gonna go through and do those off camera. I need to put something on the spine. So why don't we do that now? We'll do the spine. This I'm kind of two minds about. I like the way it looks, but I'm not sure I like the ribbon sticking up above the book so much, especially on the front. Maybe, let's go back. Now we have here, and since it's not the front, it's not so obnoxious, and I think it needs to be trimmed, it's too long. And maybe just make something else for here, just a little tuck spot or something. All right, I will play with it. I'm gonna do a few things off camera and then I will be back.